Welcome, friends, to Living with Intention. I'm April Wyett, and I am here to bring forward new approaches to wellness. And I have a question for you. How are you holding true to yourself when you are in a business frame of mind or when you are in a work environment? Or in another professional environment? How are you holding true to yourself? Think about that for a moment. You might be wondering, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not talking about work ethics or how you're putting your best effort into work to perform your job or duties. What I'm doing here is I'm bringing forward awareness to how you might be unknowingly compromising your authenticity, your essence, by feeling that you need to blend in with the social or cultural norms of that environment. And if you've been watching and listening with me for a while, you know that I like to bring forward new ways to approach wellness. And a good portion of our days are spent either at work or focused on business and or thinking about it, right? There's a lot of mental energy happening there. So wellness can be overlooked while you are in that frame of mind. And because we have that disassociation, we're disconnected to our essence, then in those places, in those frame of minds, you might not feel comfortable to stay true to your essence, your spiritual foundation. This is what creates the divide within yourself. And over a period of time, this can be very depleting to your energy. So I want you to pause here with me right now and think about a time when you were in an environment or workplace and you started off the day feeling open and vibrant, saying, "This is going to be a great day. I feel so good. The sun is out, the birds are singing, my favorite songs on the radio." And then by the end of the day, your light isn't so bright, right? It might be a little dim. Can't find your essence, that little spark inside. You might feel very low, sluggish, maybe even scattered thoughts or energy, and even brain fog, right? We can feel even maybe frustrated or depressed. And you might think or have built a story on how the business or that work environment is what is sucking the life out of you. And I can validate how the work environment and that social construct might not be the best support to filling your cup to adding energy to you, although it is your responsibility. Did you hear that? It is your responsibility to keep your essence, to keep that spark lit throughout the day. And when you do not have that anchor of support, your spirituality or essence, whichever way you want to call it, right? It's very easy to become reactionary because you're not feeling supported from the environment. And we tend to look outside ourselves for others to validate or to give us what we're needing. And when you're not receiving that, because you're looking outside yourself, it's easy to judge others because you're not being true to yourself, your energy. And so in this mental state, you might even be persuaded to act or behave differently than you normally would. So a good example of this would be maybe a coworker or a boss starts a conversation and starts talking about another coworker or even their family, partner or life, right? And criticizing or judging this person that they're talking about. And if you're not aware of what's happening, you don't have that anchor of support within you, then you might just jump right in there, right? And share about your experiences, your negative experiences with this other person that they are talking about, or share your experiences about a negative experience with your partner. And when you finish the conversation and they leave, you might feel low or frustrated. You might even have a thought of, why did I do that? That didn't even sound like me. I just feel kind of yucky after that conversation. And I want you to know that you're not alone, because most humans automatically tune into others. It's really a survival mechanism that's hardwired within our brains and our nervous system. It's called neurosensory, and it works past our conscious thinking mind to seek safety so we can connect with others and sense if that person is safe, or you'll get a feeling of them not being an energetic match. So it's like a magnet. If you ever played with magnets and you connect right away, you're like, yes, this person is speaking my language, I'm vibing with them, it feels really great, and I feel open and alive. Or it could be the opposite. I don't know if you've ever played with magnets, turn them around, and they literally push off of each other. You can't connect them. So that's not an energetic match. And this reminds me of a series I recently listened to with Jeffrey Allen, who is a renowned energy worker. And Jeffrey shared about how people are always emitting energy as part of their energies is their stories that they're telling. And these stories have an emotional frequency connected to them. And he says these frequencies are like a tuning fork. So those of you who are not familiar with tuning forks, they look like kind of like Ys with a stick, and you hit them, you strike them, and it emits a tone. So when a tuning fork is struck, and if another one's next to it, it reverberates with that energy, almost matching that same tone or tune. So think of people as tuning forks. And as they're telling their stories, um, they're playing their own tune, so to speak, right? Their tuning fork. And their stories might activate something within you because you've had similar experiences. And the point is for you to understand that you don't have to play their tune. You can actually just pause, really focus, as we've talked about in several of my podcasts about finding your center, breath work, really tuning into your essence, right? So that way you are holding true to your own energy, and you can actually observe that person and hear that story for what it is, and allow them to play what they're playing, and know that you don't have to hold on to it or feel what they're feeling in order to empathize with them. You can just simply watch and learn from them about how they are telling their story and playing their tune, right? We don't have to change the other person. It's just about listening, being observant, being curious. I talk about that a lot too. Oh, they seem to be playing the same tune every time I see them. Isn't that interesting? Just even asking yourself that, right? That is, unless you connect with somebody and they're playing a tune that is expansive, heart opening, it's an inspiring story that they're sharing, then of course allow yourself, if you feel comfortable, that is, to jump in and have some fun co-creating with them. It's really about you building your awareness of your own tune or energy that you're experiencing right now. And this can happen anywhere, again, whether it is in a professional setting, business or work, going to the grocery store, being out in public, being around family, really honing in on your tune, what energy you're resonating right now, and not allowing that to waver. So I invite you to participate in an awareness exercise of your energy. And this will assist you in becoming aware of the energy that you are currently experiencing right now. We're energetic beings, so you don't have to be in a high vibration right now. You don't have to be, oh, it's all unicorns and rainbows right now in order to participate in this. In fact, it's very important to acknowledge wherever you're at, whatever energies that you're experiencing right now. Okay. So I invite you to remove any glasses if you're wearing glasses or hats. Sit a little more upright, tall, and having your feet flat on the floor, palms face down on your legs, or gently folding them in your lap, your hands there. And just tuning into your breath at first. That's the first step, right? We're just inviting that wonderful life force energy to flow in and out. Yes, we're getting into that parasympathetic nervous system by being mindful of your breath and breathing the best you can down into your abdominal area. Some nice, wonderful, expansive breaths there. Let's do that 3 times, breathing in and out. And again. And again. And one more time. Breathing in and out. And now pausing here. And just simply witnessing. What energy are you currently feeling in your body? What does it feel like? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? Open? Tingly? Or maybe you feel numb. And that is not good or bad either. That is a feeling. And just seeing, where is this energy stemming from? Where is it radiating from within your body? Where is that center point where this energy is coming from? Could be in your feet, top of your head. Could be your hands, your abdominal area, your chest. Or you could just feel it around you. This is your experience. You're just tuning in and just building your awareness to your energy and how it feels in this moment, without judgment, allowing yourself to have this experience, to connect and witness this aliveness within you. Your essence. And continuing to stay here, pausing for just a moment. Not wanting to change it, you're just witnessing, allowing, yes, allowing to be with this energy. Accepting this energy as part of you. Just like the stained glass windows episode. Knowing that all of these parts make up the wholeness of you. And taking a nice, easy breath in and out. Good. And bringing your awareness back to your eyes, whether you have a soft gaze or you had your eyes closed, bringing your focus back. And now witnessing, how is the energy now as you're pausing here? Did it change? Is it the same? Again, this is you building that emotional intelligence, that relationship to you. No one else can do this work for you. You're simply learning to navigate your internal landscape, these energies that are tied to emotions and the thoughts. Yeah, just doing your best to stay connected to your essence, to your tune. And that way you're building your emotional intelligence. So that way, when you're engaging with others and they are playing a different tune, you can still hold true to yourself without placing any judgment upon them. You know, we all experience highs and lows of energy in our bodies, in our minds, in our humanness. And these are not good or bad. It just depends on what you're focusing on. The thoughts, people, past, present situations, right? So it's important for you to keep this in mind, to check in with yourself. Yeah. Choosing whether to engage or not with your thoughts, with the person, or with the situation, even. And when you feel yourself wavering, it's like a little red flag or an alarm that goes off. I just take a breath, tune in, finding your resource, just being with your energy. And literally, you can say to yourself, this isn't my tune. This is not my story. And it's so important to approach that with no judgment, right? You're just making that statement to yourself. And this can be challenging, right? To witness a situation or story being played out and doing your best to hold, right, to your essence, to your tune. And I invite you to just watch it like you're watching a play out with characters and you're in the audience observing them. You know, you can't run up on stage and tell a person what to do when you're watching a play. So just watching that play out and allowing others to be who they are, yeah, releases that pressure for you to have a comeback, to you to have a tip or suggestions for them. Yeah, that way you don't have to agree or even sing their song. It's so important when we're in those professional environments of how you're responding, right? And when you have somebody uh, telling you their story or their tune, right? And they're waiting for you to respond to them or agree with them, you could even say, "Oh, that's interesting. I haven't thought about it that way." Or even, "Oh, I can see where you're coming from." But the important thing is to ask them, because then you turn it back to them. "Oh, what will you do now? I'm curious to hear how you're going to work through this." Or asking them, "What is your next step?" Because this invites them to reframe and thinking about themselves being responsible to take action. So, when you hold healthy boundaries within the work environment or within your professional environment, you're really staying true to your essence, holding your tune, and the resonance of who you truly are. And this is that mind body connection, right? This helps you. It's such an amazing tool. Really helps you to navigate your own internal landscape a lot easier. So that way, you're not focused on other people's problems and you can live your life with more ease. So I'm so excited for next week. So stay tuned over the next 3 weeks as I invite you to meet some amazing individuals who will join us and help support you in bridging the gap between business and spirituality as you continue to work from the inside out. Until then, be well, my friends.